guys. Set up. I'm not gonna set up.
Dancing with the ocean like I never did before. And watch it as it come and go. Cause I know that someone knows this is the life for me. And whenever my ship sets sail, I'll be on the beach. Watching through the water with the sand beneath my feet. So I can watch another sunrise. You know I can't deny this is the life for me. The life.
Okay, so I'll just give you a little bit of a medic weapon run through. Medic. This is going to be for like a standard public gameplay. It's not competitive play. I mean, you have different loadout and options, and some weapons are better in competitive, and some weapons are better in public play. Basically, if you don't know what competitive is, it's 6 players versus 6 players, and you'll have 2 soldiers, 1 medic, 2 scouts and a demo, and within you're like the core of the team, so your weapon choices are a bit different compared to public, but I'm going to go through public just because, well, I play mainly public now. I don't play competitive, and this kind of tutorial is more aimed at people who don't know how to play medic, because I go into pub games and I see people who don't know how to play medic, and this is kind of to teach them how to play at a reasonable level, or maybe just understand the weapons and what choices are better than others, because there are a few weapons that probably aren't the best or aren't good in certain situations. So I'll start off with crossbow. The crossbow is what I use personally, basically pretty much 99% of the time. When you first start the game and you first look at it, you will go, okay, or even when you first start using it, you'll go, okay, this seems a bit underpowered, because all you do is just fire 1 arrow compared to the syringe guns, which I think they fire rapid fire, and I think each shot does 10 damage, and if you've got decent aim with them, you can take down a lot of classes. But the thing about the crossbow is you can actually shoot your teammates and it heals them, as well as if you shoot enemies, it hurts them, and it's dependent on the range as well. The further you are away, the more damage it does to the enemy, and with heals, I think it does more depending on range. I'm not too sure. I haven't actually tried that out. I'm sorry, can't give you that information. Not only that, with the crossbow heals, you can heal invisible spies, which is quite good if you see, say, a spy that's, that is low health and he's trying to go like forward. He's still trying to play his game. He's not trying to get heals. You can heal him while he's still continuing to do his thing without having to stop, try and find heals and stuff. No, like for me, I find situations like that are quite useful, or ones that you want to heal him because he's like, 10 health, but you can't because he's invisible. Pull out your crossbow, shoot him once, and that basically boosts him almost to full health. I think it probably boosts him to 100 if he's like at 10 or something, does about 9. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I find that good, as well as that, if you've got the amputator equipped, hold on, we'll go back, there we go. If you've got the amputator equipped as well, it gives you a heal bonus, a self-heal bonus, so you regenerate more health, and that bonus allows you to be more aggressive with your heals. Not only that, but when a pyro lights you up, you don't have to stress as much to try and find a health pack, because your regen will usually be sufficient depending on where you are in battle. But usually if you have taken flame damage, you do want to keep further behind front lines. I mean, you got your front lines and you just want to keep... Okay, so basically what I mean by front lines is, what I call front lines is between the person you're healing and the person they're attacking. Anything in between there is front lines. Behind the person they're attacking is enemy lines, and behind you is kind of generally the safe area. When you're low health, what you want to be doing is keeping away from the person you're healing, pretty much at the length, maximum length your heal beam can go at. Don't try and hug them. But that's just generally in healing most of the time. That's what you want to be doing. You don't want to be hugging the person you're healing. Just keep back as far as you can. Just you get to learn the actual length of the heal gun, or the healing guns, because there are multiple, and don't want to aim all three, blah blah blah. Yeah, so any of the healing guns, you want to know the maximum length and kind of keep to that around about that area, just because it gives you opportunity to fall back in case the person you're healing dies. If they die from a crit or something, you've got that distance advantage on the person that's going to be chasing you if you're all alone just with that person. I mean, if you're trying to hug the person, you're basically almost in the same range as the person you're healing, and you're just putting yourself more in danger, which you don't want to be doing. So back to the slot 1 weapons. That's pretty much the crossbow summed up. Then you've got the overdose. It has a minus 10% damage penalty, but the thing is, when you have a maximum full over, you get a 10% speed increase, and that's kind of like a, to me, that's like a style trade-off. I mean, some people like to be quick and be able to maneuver and dodge damage, like rockets and stuff, and that is really useful. But see, I generally don't really pull out a syringe gun and attack. I mean, as a medic, you don't really want to be pulling out your slot 1 weapon. I mean, that's kind of like a last resort, like literally last resort you want to be doing, because the thing is, the person you're healing, he's supposed to be getting all the kills. He's supposed to be protecting you. There should really be no need, if the person you're healing is doing their job, there should be no need for you to pull out your weapons. I know there are, cases where, that's not always the case, but generally that's what you want to be happening. So the damage penalty isn't that much if you're someone who doesn't really pull out your syringe gun that much, and you rely a lot on your teammates to protect you. And that speed bonus just protects you a bit more for being able to dodge like rockets, because I know, they are quite hard to dodge. And there are certain spots, like on Dust Bowl, if you're defending on the first rotation, on the last point, there's that wooden bridge. If you're say if you're standing on the last point of the first rotation and you're looking forward and you see that bridge, that little, I don't know, that raised, that like wooden part on the left there where the boxes are, you can jump from that area over to that little sniper area in the far right as medic if you've got that full speed advantage with the overdose. So that can be good if you want to I don't know, get you and a soldier, or you and a demo, or even you and a scout over there. You can actually get over there with that speed boost. So there are possible flanking opportunities with that weapon, but it's kind of map specific with those flanking opportunities, obviously. Syringe gun. Okay. Well, I don't use that because, well, I don't really use syringe guns, but out of all the syringe guns, that would be the last one I would use, or probably equal with that and the Blitzauger. But the syringe gun, because it just doesn't have any positive attributes for me. I mean, if I was going to pick a syringe gun, I would pick overdose over syringe gun any day because of the speed bonus and me having to really pull out my syringe gun. I mean, I've always thought they should add something to the syringe gun to give it a bit of a I don't know, incentive to use it, like dropping the range of healing on all the other slot 1 weapons. So if you've got any other slot 1 weapons, it drops the range. So using the syringe gun, you have maximum range of healing distance. But I don't know, that's just a thought that always had that they could do that, and that would give me a bit of a that would make me go, maybe I could use syringe gun a bit instead of crossbow. Like if that was the case with that syringe gun, I would use syringe gun and Ubersaw, because back in the day I used to use Ubersaw pretty much 24/7, and it was really useful, especially with those clutch Ubersaws and getting a full Uber within seconds. Ubersaw is really good, but we'll get onto that soon. So yeah, and then the final one is Blitzauger. Wait, just to say this, I might not actually have all the weapons. I mean, I don't keep track of a lot of the weapons, especially with weapons constantly coming out, so I might miss some medic weapons. I mean, my memory's a bit shoddy anyway, so anyway, I'll just run through the ones that I have. I think these are all the weapons anyway. So Blitzauger, on when you hit an enemy, it gives +3 health, but you get drained 2 health per second while you have it. It's basically almost opposite of Crusader's crossbow combo, where you get the health regeneration. So like you don't actually like lose health. Well, technically you do, but it's more your regen is just a lot slower, because they kind of expect you to be more aggressive with your syringe guns and get the heals through your Blitzauger instead of self-regen. But see, I go with the idea that as a medic you shouldn't be pulling out your syringe gun. If you're pulling out your syringe gun, your team is doing something wrong. That's when you can actually say your team is doing something wrong. I generally try not to say my team is doing something wrong, even though I do say it quite a lot. But yeah, it's just you shouldn't be pulling out your syringe gun if you want to play medic. I don't know, I wouldn't say properly, but to like a decent style, I guess I'd say, because, well, really, if you're like, that's more okay, Blitzauger, it's kind of like circumstantial, I'll say, because Blitzauger, you want to pull it out when basically you're alone and you want health and kind of kill another dude. Because if there's another guy around and you're pulling out a Blitzauger, you could be healing him instead, and he could be trying to kill the other person, and he could be taking all the damage. Instead of the person coming after you and trying to kill you, and you're trying to regenerate your health, you could be healing the... I don't know. Up to you. But yeah, that's pretty much the primary slot rundown. Now on to secondary slot. Kritzkrieg. Oh no, we'll start off with Medigun, because that's Medigun's Medigun. The thing, I'm not too sure on all the statistics on these. I used to know them, but I think it's 42 seconds of constant healing to get up Uber with this, compared to the Kritzkrieg, which is 36, I think. So yeah, the difference between these is you've got, you know, faster heal rate, and with the Kritzkrieg, if you've got a Kritzkrieg, your aim with a Kritzkrieg is for the person you're healing to take out the enemy medic, especially if they have an Uber, because your Kritzkrieg generates faster than their Uber. So what you're going to be doing is getting up your Kritzkrieg faster, taking out their medic before he actually gets an Uber, which means, you know, they can't push in with an Uber and fuck you up. That's the aim of the Kritzkrieg, is to take out the enemy medic with all your damage. I mean, you can use it to just fully wipe a whole team and maybe have their medic left, but, I mean, really, you want to be going for the medics. I mean, don't just, like, in saying that, like, well, this is kind of more if you are being critted. If you are being critted, that doesn't mean, you know, just look at the medics and just try and fire at them. I mean, work your way to them. I mean, I see people with a Kritzkrieg, they'll just, I don't know, like with a Kritzkrieg you want to be it's not just about just firing heaps of spam out, it's pushing your lines forward. So you want to clear out the whole area and make sure it's all clear before moving on to the next person. I mean, if a scout gets past you while you're crits-crigging, take him out. He's potentially going to take out your medic. You want to take him out before you even advance further. You want to make sure both of you are protected, because you don't have invincibility when you've got crits-crig. You just got high damage. So you want to clear out everything and work your way forward. Crits basically just enables you to work your way forward even faster. I mean, normally as like, I don't know, generally you want to defend with a crits-crig. This is more getting onto being used by crits-crig, but it's still kind of you just understand what you use a crits-crig for. Basically, when you're defending, you want to slowly push your line forward to a good spot, or just keep pushing forward and killing the enemy. But a crits-crig enables you to do that a bit faster, because you can just take out people with one hit. So basically, that just pushes your lines faster. If there's not sorry, I'm not that articulate, so I might stumble on my words a bit. But yeah, basically the aim with a crits-crig is to take out the enemy medic. No matter what he has. If the other medic has a crits-crig, if he has a quick fix, any of those is going to enable a push or greatly assist in a push. So what you're going to be doing with a crits-crig is taking out the other medic. And I've repeated that quite a lot of times, but sometimes repetition is good. With Uber, I really should have my... Hold on. I do have like a medic write-up that goes quite in depth into this. I'll bring it up, but oh, sorry about this. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so basically with the Medigun, you can have two styles of playing. Either you can use it as a defensive Uber or an offensive Uber. I mean, that's obvious, you can have those two, but not everyone fully understands how to actually use them defensively and offensively. Say it's a capture point map, well, capture and defend, say like Dust Bowl. You can use your Uber, say your red team, you can use your Uber to Uber forward and destroy some of the blue team pushing forward, or you can actually use it when they're pushing forward and they've popped an Uber, because basically you're counter Ubering, because if they Uber in, you can Uber and keep your whole team alive, and it basically just destroys their Uber, because they can't really do much. The only thing they probably could do is destroy maybe a sentry gun and a dispenser. If you're good with flashing your Uber, and flashing your Uber basically means you right click on someone, which pop, well, which the term is pop, you pop on them and they're invulnerable, but when you switch over to someone else, the person you previously were Ubering, they retain that Uber for like half a second to 1 second, I think it is. So basically, you can swap between two people and keep them constantly Ubered. You can even do it with 3 if you're fast enough. And basically, you can use that to keep your whole team alive. If they've popped a crits-crig, and you can see it. If you see them pop a crits-crig, instantly you want to pop your Uber, and basically you just keep click, 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 click on all your players, and hopefully that should keep all your players alive. If you find that a bit too hard and you're not managing to keep them all alive, you can just pick out 2 or 3 players that you want to keep alive. Most preferably maybe your demo, your soldier, or your heavy, and even possibly pyro if you've got a decent pyro. And you just quickly switch between those people, so at least those 2 are alive, and they will have full health and invincibility for when both Ubers die down. There's 2 of your players versus 1 of their Ubered combos, unless of course they've come in with more people and done the same, and they've multi-Ubered, which can be a matter of DM, which is deathmatching skills, and just whoever's better at killing who else. Which brings me to another point. it's always a good idea to check like who's getting a lot of kills, who's top fragging or who's at the top of the scoreboard, because those generally are the people you want to be Ubering, keeping alive more, and risking a bit more to keeping them alive. Say if they're about to die, you can just Uber on them, even if it's just them and it's not really a clutch situation, because if they're the ones that are keeping your team alive, you need to keep them alive. Because, you know, if they're the one carrying your team, you kind of need to keep them alive more often than the other players. And a good thing to do is to actually check like not only what weapons they are using, because that's also a good judgment of if they're a good idea to Uber. I mean, if you see a demo and you see him like walking around with a shield, you go, well, he's probably not the best one to Uber onto. Because, you know, stickies, the damage of stickies is just so much greater than a fucking shield that lets you charge. And, you know, you'll see like in certain situations, you know, you'll see one of your backburner pyros, he'll come out, and it's a real big clusterfuck where there's a lot of enemies all in one area, and you go, well, Ubering him will be really good because he's got high damage, close range, and it'll be maybe a bit more better than, say, a pyro with a degreaser or a soldier with a black box, considering he's only got 3 shots, you know. A lot of that is just understanding all the other class weapons, because I'm going through the medic weapons, but you might be really new to Team Fortress and you don't actually understand all of the other class weapons, so it's a good idea to, you know, understand all the other weapons, or just that's why it's a good idea to kind of, when you get a new weapon, try it out. Like if you're new to the game and you find a new weapon, try it out and just see. Even if you think it will be shit, just try it out so you understand the weapon, or just even go onto like one of your own servers, like a bot server or something, and just try it out, just so you understand the weapon and know. Say like the pyro rake, you might not actually understand how annoying it is when you're medic trying to heal a pyro with one of those rakes. I mean, if I see a pyro with one of those rakes, I don't even heal them at all. Like, I just tell them to change weapons if they want me to heal them, because it's too much of a pain. You're spending so much time trying to heal them, and it's like, yeah, you're wasting so much time healing one person when you could be healing multiple people. Another little key point is buffs, because as a medic with Kritzkrieg and the Medigun, you can provide players with buffs or overheals. That means I think it's like if you're healing someone, you get plus, I think it's like 50% plus health, I think. So if it's a soldier, and I think it's 150. I'm not too sure. I know you get increased health, like overheal, if you heal them. And basically, as medic, you want to be making sure all your teammates have that overheal, because, well, common sense, the more health they have, the longer they're going to stay alive, which means the less time you're actually going to need to heal them. If you've overhealed like a heavy, and he's got like 450 health, you're not going to have to heal him for a while, even if he is taking a few shots of maybe a rocket or something, because he's got that overheal, which means you've got more time to go around and heal other people who are actually critically injured, like on red health. So just making sure everyone's buffed just means that you have less stress as medic to worry about trying to heal other people, because if you don't give them buffs and you're just constantly like pocketing one person, pocketing means you're just sticking with that one person, only healing them, and if you're not giving other people buffs, that means when it comes to healing other people, there's going to be a lot of teammates around that are going to be red, and you can't keep up with the heals. It's basically keeping ahead of the game. You're just healing everyone up over the top, where so they have like a huge amount of health, which means, you know, you can have more time pocketing someone else, maybe. It's just helping out your team pretty much. And especially with scouts, if you overheal scouts, you know, that gives them a lot of health, and they can go in and, you know, get some key picks, with that extra health, and they can survive a bit longer and maybe even pick out a med just by themselves because of that overheal. But it's also about sorry, my voice is going a bit chip. It's also about prioritizing your overheals, knowing who to overheal first. I generally heal scouts first, or overheal scouts first, just to get them out of the way. I mean, not all the time. A lot of it, well, not about 70 to 80% of it is situational. But yeah, I do like to heal scouts and spies a lot. Because just to get them out of my hair, so I don't have to worry about them, because they are the ones that, you know, run around and pick up health packs. Well, scouts run around and pick up health packs. Spies, I get in behind and get a backstab, and then if they don't get the backstab and they die, it's kind of a bonus for you because there's one less player to worry about healing. But if he gets the med pick, or even a heavy pick, the one the enemy medic's pocketing, it's kind of a bonus. Even if the spy does die, because, well, still less people to worry about healing. It's always a good idea to kind of stick with someone. Generally, in a public server, you want to stick with... it all depends on the skill of the player. If you can see someone skilled, stick with them. But a lot of the time, you do want to stick with a heavy, just because it's hit scan, and a lot of people have decent hit scan. And the damage that a heavy does at close range, especially if you've got him overbuffed to like 450 health, I think he is overbuffed. When you got him overbuffed to 450 health, you're he's quite hard to kill, especially if the heavy knows how to fall back when he's taken a bit of damage. You'll see it even in pubs. A medic and heavy combo, they can actually carry a whole team if the heavy's playing intelligently, just by knowing when to drop back when he's critically injured for the heal, so that he can go back in with a overbuff. And it just oh yeah, with the Kritzkrieg, it also pays to, or Kritzkrieg and Minigun, it pays to it goes by class as well. Like Kritzkrieg usually generally works with a soldier. Some depends on the soldier skill. If the soldier's really good, then the soldier. But soldier, it's only got 4. The soldier generally only has 4 shots, and unless he can make use of those really well, place 4 shots, or if he switches to shotgun afterwards, unless he's really good, I'd prefer probably putting a demo or a heavy. Heavy is always a decent choice because. Soldier and demo, a lot of it is based on a player's skill because of the judgment. You've got to judge where the people are going to go to be able to hit someone with a pipe or hit someone with a sticky. And with a heavy, it's just aiming directly, and it's not as stressful for you, because you know they generally should have decent shots. Sorry, I just lost my medic right up. Okay, so yeah, I've just got the statistics here. 40 seconds for Uber charge and 32 for Kritzkrieg. Taking okay, I might need to go get a drink of water soon. Take into account that your Ubers or your Kritzkriegs, they generate faster on players that are that are hurt. Ones that have don't have the full overbuff. If you've got a full overbuff and you're healing someone, your Uber's going to go much slower. Okay, sorry, I'm going to have to go get a drink. I'll be back in a tick. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so you actually generate your Uber faster on people that are healed or people who don't have overbuffs. That's another bonus for you for over healing or over buffing your players. You just gain Uber faster, which is a huge positive. not really a negative in it. Fuck. Okay. Sorry. Just trying to keep up with everything I've already said compared to my medic write-up. Oh yes, so basically the the charge time of a Uber and Kritzkrieg can the time can be doubled. It can take 80 seconds for an Uber charge and 64 for a Kritzkrieg if you're healing someone who's already overbuffed. So that's why it's good to share out your heals, because of the fact that, you know, you want to get it up faster. If you're just healing one person, it can take up to between 60 and 80 seconds to actually get a Uber, when compared to 40 seconds, you know, it just saves so much time and, you know, kept the other players alive. And with the whole Uber kind of advantage with getting it up faster, when you want to oh fuck, this always happens when I want to try and do a recording or something and talk for long lengths of time. Oh fuck. So yeah, when you're a medic and you want to be playing passively and you don't want to die, that's the #1 rule. For me, the rules go: keeping yourself alive, then keeping your players alive. Because if you're not alive, you can't keep your players alive. If you keep your if you keep your players alive, then generally they can keep you alive. Fuck, I don't even know what I said then. I might have just totally contradicted myself. Basically, what I'm saying is, keep yourself alive, because if you die, say, if it's a standard Dust Bowl again, if it's a Dust Bowl game, and you're defending, I believe the respawn time for red team is like 15 seconds. Blue team, 5 seconds, I think, approximately about that. That's the respawn difference. That's why if you die as a defending medic, 15 seconds. You've got to wait 15 seconds for yourself to respawn. It's 15 seconds where your team is getting no heals at all. No heals. That's 15 seconds you're not generating Uber. Mind you, take into account, it takes 40 seconds to gain an Uber. So that's it's almost half your time, half the time it takes to recharge an Uber. And then you've got to also take into account walking to the front lines to actually be able to heal people, because it's not always the case where as soon as you respawn there's someone there to heal. And even if you are healing someone, they're going to be, at some point they're going to be fully buffed, and that's going to be going even slower. That's going to make your Uber go even slower. So if you keep yourself alive, that means you can stay on the front lines and still heal and keep your team alive. So if there is a situation where it's you and a pyro, enemy pyro, just you and an enemy pyro, I'm so sorry about this, guys. You're an enemy pyro, he's flaming you, you've got an Uber, pop it. You need to survive. Doesn't matter if you think it's wasted by just popping and you have no teammates around. If you think that's wasted, imagine if you died with an Uber. That's more of a waste. An Uber not used is an Uber wasted. If you think like that, because if you Uber, keep yourself alive, you manage to run away and find a teammate, and he kills the pyro, then you can go straight back into the front lines and still build that Uber. And I know that took me a while to get used to, because I always thought, nah, it's a waste of an Uber. But you've got to get into your head that it's actually a waste of an Uber if you die with an Uber. And also, that's the same thing. It doesn't matter if oh my god, I have to get another drink. Sorry about this, guys. Okay, I'm back. I might actually have to keep popping in and out for drink breaks, which is a bit shit because I'm gonna upload this to YouTube hopefully, and be kind of a better tutorial than some of the other ones I've done. Oh, just well, okay. I'm just trying to scroll through all the stuff that I've said and stuff I haven't said. Sorry about this. Okay. I'll just give a, since I haven't touched on the quick fix, I'm just gonna touch on it. Because that's all really I can do, because the fact is, it's not a really impressive weapon or a useful weapon. The quick fix is pretty much the same as a sticky jumper or a rocket launcher or market gardener. They're just kind of like troll weapons. Like, they're just fun. You can't actually do anything beneficial for a team. It's just, basically the only time I use a quick fix is when my brother's playing, because we just take the piss and just have fun. That's the only time I ever use it. So as you can see, it's only got like, what, 321 kill assists on it. I mean, I barely use it. The really good use for it for trolling, if you do want to use it, is if you're on blue team on Badwater. You might see this on my channel anyway, but yeah, you basically get you on a demo to sticky jump all the way back to basically the second point, and you can just go spawn game. I will be uploading actually another one on my YouTube channel of me and full-on spawn gambling, which is actually a pretty funny one. It's a pretty good one. I'll be uploading one, and you can actually see really the only legit use for quick fix. Okay, so basically that completes the slot 2 onto slot 3, which is melee or melee or however you say it. I've never managed to say it properly. First, you've got the amputator, which I've kind of already touched on. It's basically a direct upgrade of Bonesaw, because well, you've got the health regen with the the crossbow, as well as when you taunt, it heals nearby enemy teammates and it does like an AoE heal, which is really good because not only does it heal, but it also can crit heal. And basically, I haven't touched on crit heal. It's basically when you're healing and a person on your team hasn't been damaged for 20 to 30 seconds, I think it is. 20 seconds? No, 15 seconds actually. If they haven't been damaged for 15 seconds and you heal them, the heal rate increases by a considerable amount. I think it's almost like 100%. I'm not too sure on the statistics, but yeah, it wait, I've actually got the statistics here. Crit heal. If the player hasn't taken any additional damage in the last 15 seconds, the heal rate triples for that player. It triples. It starts off at 10 seconds, and the speed gradually increases until it reaches 15 seconds. So it's between the 10 second and 15 second mark is when there's kind of like a ramp, a heal ramp that increases to the 300% increase. So yeah, sometimes it is good, like you see people like spamming medic. Sometimes it is good to just not heal them for a while and wait for those crit heals to activate before you start healing them. Because if you chain that up right with other players, you can crit heal, and just it's just a faster, more efficient way of healing. So just understanding that and just learning that just enables you to be able to heal a lot more, well, a lot more efficient. Okay, so that's basically the amputator sorted. Okay, I'm gonna need another drink. I'm sorry, guys. This is just like the worst ever. I'll be back in like 2 seconds. I might actually just get a fucking cup. Oh, that's sweet. I've just checked and it says I got 5 viewers. I'm not too sure if I've actually got 5 viewers, but that's a bonus in my book. So you got the bone saw, which basically, honestly, is a really shit weapon. It's kind of like the syringe gun, to be honest. It's really underpowered compared to the other weapons. They kind of need to add something as well to the bone saw. I'm not too sure what they will add, or could add, or should add, because so far it doesn't look like they're going to change those weapons. I don't know why. They just rather bring out new weapons, which I kind of think they like, because with I think with some of the other weapons they have actually changed them. Can't actually think of any. Oh, they changed the pyro flamethrower, but they have modified original weapons, and they kind of need to do that for a lot of the other ones. Like, for example, they need to change the soldier's spade, because a lot of people go, oh well, it's got a higher crit chance. In actual fact, every melee weapon has the exact same crit chance, with the exceptions of some like extinguisher and stuff like that. Yeah, but they all have a standard set crit rate, and one might crit more than the other. So the Uber Saw might crit more, you might feel like it crits more than the Bone Saw. They have the exact same crit rate, no matter what melee weapon. So you can't really say, oh yeah, the Soldier's Spade, it does more crits. It doesn't. It's exactly the same. So they kind of need to buff that, because I don't see anyone use a spade. Except for in 6v6. I think that's why they don't change it. And I think that's why they don't change a lot of the bone saw and the syringe gun. That's quite possibly the reason. Which that is understandable, just keeping the game balanced in 6v6. Because that's what 6v6 is all about. It's just all about you know, keeping things fluid and everything, and just to the original game. Frying Pan, for some reason at some point I thought that had a 10% damage reduction, but apparently it doesn't on here. I'm not too sure. I remember something had a... No, I think that's a another demo weapon. Solemn Vow, that's one of the kind of ones where it's kind of like I don't know. It's nice to see enemy health, but it's not really needed. You can play an exceptional medic without actually seeing enemy health. I mean, it's more of like, I don't know. I guess it's more like if you wanted to play with what is it? The Bloodsauger. That and the Bloodsauger would be kind of good, because you can actually judge how aggressive you can be with it. Basically, Solemn Vow just allows you to see enemy health, which is kind of even a direct upgrade from Bone Saw. Well, it is. Uber Saw. This is probably one of the. It's kind of equal. Well, for me, it's equal with the Amputator. They're both on equal grounds. Every hit you do gives you 25% Uber, which if you've actually seen how fast you can actually get up Uber, like if another enemy is distracted by, say, one of your players, you can get in a few shots, and basically your Uber advantage is just increased incredibly, and it's really useful if you know how to melee properly. Another good skill. Sorry, this is annoying. Learning how to corner stab and stair stab is really good, because you can actually apply it to medic or even any other class. You can use quarter stabbing to. Sorry, I'm gonna have to. Oh fuck! This is actually frustrating. This is making the worst stream ever. You can actually use that to actually confuse your enemies, because if you've ever tried it with another class, especially a medic, you can actually escape from pyros because of the way that the corner strafing works. You can actually lose other players. So I recommend, if you want to be a good medic, to know how to dodge other players, learn how to corner stab, because just the technique, you don't even have to attack, just knowing the technique allows you to evade more. And Vitasaur, you don't generally well, if you play passive enough and well enough where you just don't die at all, you won't actually need to use the Vitasaur, and the Vitasaur bonus won't actually be beneficial to you because you won't be dying. Basically, the Vitasaur, when you die and come back alive, you get 20% of the uber you had previously when you died. And if you're not dying, there's really no need to have that weapon, because it reduces your health by 10, just 10 health. But really, you kind of, if you're dodging enough, you should be able to not die. Or even if you've got an uber, just popping an uber at the right time so you don't die. You know, I just don't find it a viable weapon. A lot of people say 6v6 is really good. I still personally haven't seen the benefit in 6v6 for the way I play. I mean, again, it's personal choice. So yeah, that's basically the whole rundown of medic weapons. We could go on to hats if we want. My preferred choice would have to be the Team Captain. I like this new meta mask that they came out with. The only problem I have with it is the colour. I want to get black and change it to black. But I like how he has the glasses and the hat and mask. It makes him look very Nazi-like. Okay, what I'm gonna do is probably stop the stream and then restart it up again and probably play some games, just so I've split up the tutorial with my other gameplay, just so I can upload it easier later on.